I mean, that was just beautiful. For all Packer fans across Wisconsin, we are with you, Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, till 4 o'clock on 100.5 ESPN Madison. I'm Ben Brust. We are live from the remote Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. Kyle Wallace, say something, Kyle.
Go, Pack, go, baby.
Brad Nortman, longtime NFL punter, you say something too.
I am in absolute awe of what I witnessed on Sunday. I mean, I just can't believe it. I am utterly in awe.
Alex Strofe, what a pleasure. What a pleasure. Running the show
a
at
true
the
honor.
Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studio.
How about those Green Bay Packers? We're going to the Super Bowl. I've been saying that for 2 months. Nobody believed me.
You a dang lie.
Alex Strofe is the definition of a roller coaster ride. If I thought Kyle Wallace was a roller coaster ride of a Packer fan, Alex Strofe is one that I cannot keep track of, which is okay. I think it's okay when you wear the green and gold like a man that grew up in Green Bay does. Like man's a strong word, like Alex Strofe did growing up in Green Bay. You are allowed to have those emotions. Now, I'm speechless, and I think Torey Lowe actually said it really, really well. Last night, if you had a chance on YouTube, we did a live stream. Brad Nortman stopped by. Kyle Wallace was on the Green Bay Game Day pregame show. He did Sunday Karma. Make sure you stay tuned on Saturday for content galore leading into the Packers-49ers game. But Torey Lowe said he was at the bar. And Torey Lowe, you can hear on 101.7 The Truth in Milwaukee. He is on the Green Bay Game Day pregame show, and he watched the game at a bar. And he said he pinched a random stranger. Like, he went up and he's like, I pinched myself, I pinched strangers, because I don't know about you guys, but that's what I was feeling. As that game was going on, I was doing the, like, is this real thing? Because the Cowboys are a team where if you talk to people up at the 90s, couldn't beat them, right? Obviously a little different with Rodgers. He wasn't able to beat the Niners. But when it came to this game, the 7 seed has never won a game in the Super Wild Card weekend. Jordan Love's first year as a starter. This team somehow found their way to 9-8 making the playoffs, and they were up 27-0. 27-0. At what point did you guys wake up and know that this wasn't a dream?
You know, for me, I was here on Sunday, did a little bit of the pregame show, then also watched with you guys a little bit of the game. And I had to leave early. I had to run back, though, because I forgot my water bottle. So I'm walking through the 3rd Street Market Hall, and it was right when Jordan Love threw that touchdown pass to Wicks. That was just an absolute beautiful ball. He checked into it, threw off his back foot on a dime to Wicks. The whole Market Hall erupted in cheers. It was a surreal moment, because I don't think the Packer faithful have been able to cheer like that in a very long time, collectively in a big moment in a big game. To me, that was the moment where I'm like, this team can't be stopped. They continue to do things that defy logic. They are doing things they shouldn't be doing. This young of a team, against all the adversity they had, they're doing things that I can't comprehend. They're doing things they shouldn't be doing. And I look back and I just, see the performance on Sunday, and I think, look, why not? Why not go to San Francisco and give them the Niners, this juggernaut of a team, all they can handle? They've been underappreciated and undervalued long enough, and now you're starting to see it all come together. When this offense and defense both plays the way they're capable of, they can play with anybody in the NFL.
Yeah, that game, just watching it, it was special. In the moment where I knew that this game was over, but the moment I felt really good about the game being over, because being a Packer fan in a season that had so many ups and downs, so many bumps in the road, so much of an emotional roller coaster. You're talking about 2-5 at a point where we're talking about, can we get a low draft pick or should I say high draft pick towards number 1? That just flips into this magical season for the Green Bay Packers. And really, once Darnell Savage got that pick 6, that's when I knew the game was over, because I was just nervous the entire time. But seeing the way that the Packers came out there, drive number 1, big 3rd down conversion, moving the chains, putting the ball in Aaron Jones' hands, this was a masterful performance by Aaron Jones, Jordan Love, but also Matt LaFleur.
The list could go longer than that, man. In a victory like that.
But what I'm saying is this, though. This was a special performance, and we got to see some guys at their best. Jordan Love at his best. and you said we didn't know how.
Who's we? The nation got to see it again.
Jordan Love has been underrated this entire year. This kid is special in the performance.
I think you need to loosen up a button right now. I don't know about you, Brad. The Packers just whooped on the Cowboys, and Kyle's like sitting here. It was a very special performance.
It was measured.
We know,
Kyle.
man. Get excited. Am I right, Stroh?
He's
acting like he's in court right now.
I'm extremely excited. Listen, I did a lot of yelling. I got yelled at yesterday. I was watching the game at my girl's place, and she stays in an apartment, and she tried to yell at me for getting too loud. I told her, this is the playoffs. This is the Cowboys. I ain't worried about your neighbors. If they going to charge you for being too loud,
this is the Kyle I want.
Yes, sir.
I want the Kyle that's going to get the neighbors calling 844-770-3776.
I was excited as a Packers fan watching that game. Everybody should be excited for what it was. It was house money yesterday, and the team played like that, but they also played like they understood that nobody believed in them. And that's what I love about football.
I'm serious. Unbutton a button, for real. You're making me uncomfortable with how tight you feel and look right now.
You want my taco meat out? That's what you want?
I mean, I didn't say two buttons.
I
said one button.
I guess on B-Mix, the taco meat going to be out for this show.
844-770-3776. That is the ESPN Madison talking text line. We want to hear from you. I want Strofe to work the phone lines. I want to put him to work because the way he came into show prep was I want to do his least amount of work as possible after he did his show on YouTube called Mr. Irrelevant. So 844-770-3776.
That's
exactly what happened. I like that I have some other people to hold Strofe accountable.
Ben
Brad,
makes stuff up quite a bit.
Brad, you're on my side here, right? That's not what happened.
I mean, a phrase of some kind was said. I want to do a little work.
Literally, I said I'm trying to do as least amount of work as possible.
I didn't mean that from an overall perspective, though. I meant that strictly from the video streaming, which you can find us on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. That's all I meant.
Okay, but
I'm here to work.
Because that makes it any better.
No,
that makes it any better.
Ben makes a lot of things up, but in this sense, he actually was 100% accurate.
Yeah, and so again, I think for what had happened yesterday, for me, it was not real probably until maybe after halftime. I'm not gonna lie. During halftime is probably when I was coming to. Here's where it was. When Jimmy Johnson looked like he was going to burst a vein through his head, that's when I was like, yes, this is real. Cowboy fans and Cowboy former coaches and players all throughout the world. That's not giving the world. All throughout the nation were scared, and they knew the game was over.
Yeah, they did.
And I didn't want to call it like when everyone was like, hey, Dak and CD early in the game, they're on different levels right now. Too early, right? And even when Jair got the pick and they scored 14-0, I was like, all right. Even when it got up to 20-0, you know what I'm thinking? The Cowboys are driving. If they score, they get the ball at half. They double up. Boom. But when the pick six happened into Jimmy Johnson screaming his head off at halftime, I sat back and I was like, ha, 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 ha.
Yeah, the pick six turned that game. That was it right there, because at that point, we talked about pressure. We talked about all the expectations. When you have expectations, those expectations can turn into a lot of pressure that you put on yourself. And like they say, pressure make diamonds or it bursts pipes. And unfortunately for a lot of people right now, it might be bursting pipes with the cold weather. But for the Dallas Cowboys, it burst pipes. You saw Mike McCarthy. You saw Dak Prescott. That team got absolutely hit in the mouth. They were stunned, and they had no response to it because they've been in that position before, and they never responded. And then once again, when they got put on the ropes, they got knocked out by the Green Bay Packers. That was a perfect performance. It could be no better. That might have been the most fun I have had watching the Packer game.
Well, and the biggest question for me was not whether this offense for the Green Bay Packers was going to show up. They have been trending in a direction to where I thought they were going to score some points. The question for me was going to be defense. I thought they were going to need 2 turnovers to win this game. Sure enough, they went and got themselves 2 turnovers, and when that pick happened, that pick six happened, I said, oh my gosh, the defense is showing up. The moment the Green Bay Packers defense shows up, I mean, this team can truly beat anybody. And in that moment, I was like, They're going to be rolling forward. They're going to be more aggressive, and the Cowboys are going to start forcing things. In that moment, it felt like it was getting out of hand.
I mean, when you said in the pregame show on Green Bay Game Day, 2 interceptions, I said, or 2 turnovers, I said, okay, all right, I mean, maybe 1, but 2, not only just 2 turnovers. You had a turnover, basically, that turned into a touchdown to get you points.
Yeah, it was basically 14 points for the defense.
And that's what it is. Jair got that interception, put you in the red zone, and set your offense up at a time where they were clicking. That was so essential for what Jair did, and that's why you want a Jair Alexander on your team, because Jair can make plays like that and swing the momentum in a game like that. Imagine if the Cowboys go down, they score in that one. It may be a ball game going back and forth. Jair absolutely gave you the momentum, and the Packers capitalized on it and went up early.
I like where you're going with this, and I put it in the YouTube chat on ESPN Madison's YouTube. Your favorite moment in last night's game. 844-770-3776. Again, 844-770-3776. Rob chimes in with the Savage pick six was pretty amazing. But how can we choose? And that's the great thing is you can do whatever you want. You can choose whatever. You can choose 5 if you want, because that's how many there were. There were 20 great moments that you can choose from, and I'm here for all of them. 844-770-3776. Again, 844-770-ESPN. I'll even let Alex Strofe get in on it. We'll be back, Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, to hear from all of you. Continue to celebrate. We are presented by the official beer of the NFL, Bud Light.
Even when the weather outside is frightful, your energy bill could be much more delightful. Replacing drafty windows and doors can dramatically lower your energy costs. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin's energy-efficient windows keep the cold outside where it belongs. You'll help kick the January blues when you choose to book by the 31st for 0% interest up to 36 months. You heard that right. No interest for up to 36 months if you book by January 31st. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. I joined the Princeton Club because I was looking for a place I could invest in my health, and the environment and the community I have felt has made it so easy for me to incorporate it into my everyday life. It doesn't matter where you're at in your fitness journey because they have something to offer everyone. It also goes beyond fitness. From the moment you walk in the club to the moment you walk out, there is a togetherness felt throughout the members and staff that keeps you going for your better tomorrow. Don't wait any longer and get started on your fitness journey today at PrincetonClub.net. That's PrincetonClub.net.
Hey, Drew Scott here, and I'm Jonathan Scott, reminding you that life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance. They can help you get just the right protection at just the right price and help you save when you bundle home and auto. Kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It'll be just right for you. We love a custom build. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
One more time. One more time.
844-770-3776. Gosh, I love this song, Alex Strofe. It is a good vibe. Victory Monday. Cowboys dead, Bears dead, and the Packers are still alive. One more time, we're gonna celebrate. Oh, yeah. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. 100.5 ESPN. I'm Ben Brust alongside Kyle Wallace, looking a lot more relaxed. Put that computer down. I want to see that chest on the screen. On YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, Brad Nortman also here with us. Alex Strofe run the show, and we're asking you for your favorite moment in yesterday's game. There are so many. We'll start with Nate in LA, 844-770-3776. What do you got, Nate?
Gentlemen, lots to be excited about today. I'm sorry I'm not watching you on YouTube, so I can't see that chest. But, yeah, I love that.
Great sight. My little baby head.
I love that we did that to the Cowboys, and Reed and Watson didn't have a touch between the two of them, didn't have a catch between the two of them.
Wow, that is a great astute point.
Watson had one.
I loved everything about that game. The big play, the pick six was huge, but I love that we went for it on 4th and 2 from the 3 up, I think 34 to 10 or something like that.
Yeah, especially because LaFleur was mad he pulled the starters early, so that helped give that cushion in order for them to have the cushion to pull starters out and still have to put them back in and give the cushion.
It was huge, and Love made a great throw. Dawes made a great catch. I'll listen. Thank you.
You're the best. Thank you, Nate in L.A., 844-770-3776. A lot of you are on the Darnell Savage pick 6. We'll let Kyle Wallace give his vote for his favorite moment yesterday.
I mean, there were so many great moments, as we talked about. Here's the thing. The Darnell Savage pick 6 was my favorite moment, but everybody else is picking that one, so I'm going to let that one go, and everybody in KBN Nation can have that. I know before the show, I was talking about a play in the third, I believe it was the third quarter, on 1st and 10, where Josiah DeGuara went in motion. Jordan Love got the snap. He dropped back, and it was a little bit of like a cluster in the backfield where he had to take the ball and lift it over the head of Aaron Jones as he's dropping back. So he lifts the ball over the head of Aaron Jones, collects himself, puts the ball back in his right hand, and he throws a nice pass, kind of leaning back to Romeo Doubs for a big game there. And I just said to myself, my goodness. The composure that he had in that moment, dude is 100% locked in, and this dude is for sure. He was already my guy, but dude is a dude in the NFL. And after the game, Matt LaFleur said he is a dude. And that was the point where I said, listen, anybody who's watching this game right now and watching Jordan Love right now, we said that for us here locally watching him,
I know.
he's already
I was
arrived.
just going to say, we've been on national television a bunch of games.
And he's performed.
And every single time outside of early in the season, in this stretch of games of the last 9 games, how do you not watch him and think like, holy cow? Totally. And I think everyone at this point has, right? You see the stats next to C.J. Stroud's performance, perfect passer rating on the road at Jerry World as 7-point underdogs. Like,
no. This was the cherry on top. The Lions game was like, oh, okay. And then you had after that the Chiefs game. It's like, oh, okay. The Vikings game was like, dang, they put up some points.
Bears game to make the playoffs.
But this game in Jerry World, and we should call that Lambeau South, because that's exactly what it is, because we got more playoff wins in AT&T Stadium than the Dallas Cowboys franchise has in AT&T Stadium, so that is Lambeau South. That boy put in work yesterday, and that was the most impressive thing. That was my moment where I'm like, this is fun. This is great football. We got a future possible Hall of Famer.
On YouTube at ESPN Madison, people are very, very concerned. I regret this, Brad. I shouldn't have told Kyle to unbutton because I didn't know, as Garrett says, he was going to let the hamburger meat out. Also, Robert chimes in. Kyle needs some titanium and diamonds, maybe with the G. Looks a little weird, not like we were in Miami letting that hamburger meat hanging out.
Man, you know, I wish I had my chain. If I had my chain,
if you had your chain,
I ain't got my
much better.
Well, I mean, you the one who told me to put the white shirt.
Well, I thought you had more swag. He's ready for court.
No,
he's ready for court today.
I went to an MLK. Let me tell you, my chest is not one. I got a little small meat on my chest.
All right, Brad, what was your favorite moment from the game?
Okay, my favorite moment, I mentioned it earlier, but I have a couple reasons for this moment as far as why it's my favorite. It was the 20-yard touchdown throw from Jordan Love to Dontavian Wicks. Here's why. A couple different reasons. One, Matt LaFleur mentioned that Jordan Love checked out of the play and checked into the play that scored the touchdown on based on what the coverage was telling him. That tells me that Jordan Love is powerful, baby. It's powerful. Jordan Love, you already know he has the arm talent. You already know he has the composure. The fact that he's reading defenses and showing that he can choose and move out of it, and then throw an unbelievably unguardable pass, that is next level. That is elite level quarterback play. When he's doing that, he's a force to be reckoned with. You can't stop that. You can only try to contain it. So the fact that it was a mental play check before the play even happened that was totally on him, and he delivered an absolute strike. It was incredible. And then the environment that I was in, guys, I haven't watched a game in a public sphere in a long time, right? And so I stopped in the middle of the 3rd Street Market Hall and that moment to watch the play. The eruption of Packer fans it was intoxicating. It was so fun to watch. I love to see these Packer fans rewarded for their faithfulness in this team. Amazing play, amazing show of how far Jordan Love has come. And man, the fans, baby, the fans were loving it. Even I got up in this.
I was gonna say, his Packer fandom is back.
I tell you what,
it got tainted from the Panthers. It got tainted from the Jaguars. The NFL logo tainted your Packer.
It did a little bit. It did.
Back to the family. You a cheesehead.
It's good to be back, baby. It's good to be back.
844-770-3776, your favorite moment in last night's game. And I'll echo Brad. That was my favorite moment for a lot of reasons. You got into the nitty-gritty of what he saw. I mean, from an actual, even him checking out and then what transpired in that play, they brought pressure, right? So he found one-on-one matchups. I believe they brought Jaden Reed in motion on the bottom, and then it was one-on-one with Jaden Reed and Dontavian Wicks, and it was like 2 crossers, and he found Dontavian Wicks. But what is the best part about this is when there's pressure on him, he stays locked in. Mm-hmm. He threw it off the back foot, and there are still times where I won't lie. When he throws off the back foot, I love it, and there's also times where I'm like, sooner or later there's going to be a free safety or somebody coming over to knock that or pick it off. But no, he recognizes the defense. He stayed in there, one-on-one coverage, threw it off the back foot right in the bread basket, as Josh DiMaggio, one of the producers on 94.5 ESPN of Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, says. That is a pill sling. That was put in the perfect spot where only the Dontavian Wicks could have caught it, over the head of the defender, right in his 2 hands, and it was just BEA beautiful, as I've done that for 2 times now.
I'm glad you mentioned Jordan Love staying calm with pressure in his face. That is one of the biggest distinguishing factors between okay quarterbacks in the NFL and elite quarterbacks, is keeping your eyes downfield when you're being rushed. Think about how hard that would be. Think about how hard it would be to stay in a throwing posture, look downfield, and avoid guys coming at you.
There's not guys. Men that want to kill you.
Yeah. Not average dudes. There's like 10 or 12 quarterbacks that can do that consistently in the league at any given time. Because we see it every week. We see guys that put their eyes down, they start to run around. Not Jordan Love. He remains evasive, eyes down the field, and delivers strike. It goes to show that he's already a top 10 quarterback in my eyes.
I'm watching a highlight right now. I'm just reliving this. It's just amazing. Just watching the moments of what Jordan Love is doing in the pocket. When he rolled out early, it was in the first quarter with about 3 minutes left in the first quarter, where he rolled out and he had some pressure there from the outside, and he just shuffled his feet, stopped, gathered himself, and threw a nice pass to Romeo Dobbs. It's just like, dude is a machine back there. He literally, like you said, he does not become uncomposed. He is always in complete control. This is just amazing to watch. We did it again. We had it with Brett. We had it with A-Rod, and now we have it with Jordan Love. And dare I say, Jordan Love is doing it better at a higher level than what we have seen from Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers this early in their career. To go on the road in a playoff game as a 7 seed, with the youngest roster in the NFL, the youngest team to make the playoffs since like the 1977 Buffalo Bills, and to do this to a 2 seed is highly impressive, but to do it as the reason why, with the team basically being on your back and you carrying them offensively with help from Aaron Jones, there's nothing more impressive than this. This might be one of the most impressive performances that we've seen from a quarterback in this type of moment.
You know what the other play that I just loved was? I wish it happened in a time when it was maybe, okay, the game was never really very close. I wish that this touchdown occurred when in a close game.
He forgets, Kyle, that even when they're up 20-0, it's very close for Packers fans.
I was nervous. I was biting my nails watching that game.
That throw that he had to Dobbs when he was rolling out to the right and threw it back, that is a level of arm strength, confidence, and fearlessness that you just can't create. That is either in you or it's not. And that throw, we see it every once in a while, right, where he throws these utterly improbable throws back the other way, and he threads the needle. It's unbelievable. I'm trying to figure out what Jordan Love's ceiling is. I don't think we found it yet. I think we're a long way from it.
That's scary.
That is scary.
Alex Strofe back at the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison Studios. Your nomination for favorite moment in yesterday's game.
Yeah, fellas. So you nailed all the good ones, right? The early ones where
no, there's more.
There's more, but mine's going to be a little bit different because I think it was the one bad pass that Jordan Love made that was still a touchdown. It was that underthrown pass to Luke Musgrave up the sideline when he was just wide freaking open. He had I think he had 16 yards of separation from any direction from any defender when he caught that football, and then he just kind of stumbled his way into the end zone, but that made it 41-16, and that's when I knew it was out of hand. That was the, as they would say, dagger in my eyes, and that's when I finally got to exhale and breathe and feel good about where they were at. So I will go with the one bad pass that was still a touchdown for the superstar Jordan Love.
So here's one that I really want to, again, favorite play, favorite moment, anything you want to relive, any celebration, any vibes you want to bring, 844-770-3776. One thing I don't want to forget is we can talk about all these great plays that happen, but I don't think we get to the point where we're talking about this. If you brought it up early, Brad, and a lot of people said, what are you going to have to do in order to win this game on the road against a team that's undefeated at home? That's win the turnover battle. The most underrated play, because there were so many great plays, was that Jair Alexander pick.
Yeah.
Jair making a play when it was 7-0 to get you up 14-0. The recipe for the Packers winning this game was getting up early so they could play their best defense, which is, again, getting pressure. It's okay for them to go a little bit more prevent than we like to normally see when you're up that much because, again, you just want to make them earn it. The Packers, for the most part, made them take no big chunk plays. It was a lot of dink and dunk. There wasn't any huge plays that the Cowboys got.
They were not able to be explosive.
When you get up 14-0 and then you make them play in front of you, tick, 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 and you have the run game going. Aaron Jones, 4th game over 100 yards in a row. I mean, that Jair Alexander play is overlooked, in my opinion, because of how it set up the entire rest of that football game.
I just want to gush over the Packers, and there's a couple things that I just want y'all to let this Packer fan get out. Can we just talk about the fact that the Packers made Dak play a game he did not want to play? The Packers took away, like you just said, Ben, they took away any type of deep explosive plays, and here's the thing. We've been talking about how great it has been this season to see all of these no-name wide receivers just emerge. We talked about Bo Melton a couple weeks ago. We've been talking about Jaden Reed all season long. Luke Musgrave got back in the fold of everything. Tay Wicks, just so many guys. The biggest issue the Cowboys had yesterday was what?
Everything?
But no. Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb were never able to get on one accord. And when your star quarterback is always looking for his star receiver in CeeDee Lamb, when they weren't on one accord and he's looking to try to complete passes to him, because I believe he was trying to throw the ball on the both interceptions, I think, but for sure on Darnell Savage, I believe it was trying to throw it to C.D. Lamb underneath where that got picked off.
Regardless, the
trying to
force
force it.
feeding.
But that's what happens when you have a star receiver that you're trying to focus on, because you understand if I get him going, our offense can be special. But Jordan Love can play within this offense and say, listen, if you're open, I'm going to find you, because this is what this play is drawing up to do. This play was drawing up for Luke Musgrave to be wide open downfield like that. That makes you feel so good. And in this, I know I like to talk about the trenches. Where was DeMarcus Lawrence?
Where was Micah Parsons? He was held early in the game, but other than that,
oh my goodness.
What I'm saying is that they took them away. 0 sacks yesterday against this defense. This Packer football team played exceptionally
highest pressure rate in the NFL.
Yep.
And highest pressure rate, which also typically leads to the reason why they have so many damn interceptions this season.
It's exactly what it is.
That's what the Cowboys had done all season to win football games, apply pressure with their rush, and then obviously I think Bland is his name?
Deron Bland, 7 interceptions.
Seven pick, like five or six
like
pick
that.
sixes or something crazy. And they barely touched Jordan Love. Barely. Other than the Micah Parsons launch that wasn't called roughing the passer, because again, there was nothing there all game. And you know what? What I will say is, Kyle, how many games have you bitten off all your fingernails?
I bite off a lot, and
I know,
do a lot of
didn't it feel like you deserved one to not sweat as much?
This was good. This was more fun.
This was about as enjoyable as a Packers game.
It was more fun and nerve-wracking, because going into a game where, again, I had the mentality of house money, and I had the mentality of you have nothing to lose in this game. We are the underdog. I was telling everybody the whole week, it is fun to be in the position of the hunter and not the hunted. It is more fun to be in the position of underdog, because there's no pressure on winning this football game. The Packers lose on Sunday, it's, hey, you know what? It was a great season, good work. Let's get ready for next year. But if they win as they did, you have this level of excitement. You have fans right now talking about what could happen. We went from wanting to make the playoff to saying,
to house money
to wait
a divisional round.
Wait a minute, what is going on here? Can we do it next week? This is the most fun ride I feel like I've been on in a while, because of them exceeding expectations. That is not normal for Packers to exceed expectations. I want y'all to understand that. When you have Brett Favre, you're expected to win Super Bowls. When you have Aaron Rodgers, you're expected to win Super Bowls. But when you have Jordan Love year one, you just wanted to find out if he was your quarterback. But what you're finding out is he's more than your quarterback. He's an elite quarterback in the NFL, and you have a whole group of guys that are going to become something very special that could have championships here in Green Bay.
844-770-3776, the ESPN Madison talk and text line. We're streaming on YouTube at ESPN Madison. Alex Strofe running the show for us. Love having Strophy back there. We still want to hear from you, whatever your vibes may be, whatever you want to get off your chest. You could be looking ahead to San Francisco. You could be relishing in the victory that was the destroying of the Cowboys and Mike McCarthy last night. 844-770-3776. You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Do not go anywhere. We're celebrating the rest of the way.
You can drive cutting-edge design. 2024 Audis are on the lot and ready for delivery. You can save $7,500 on select Audi EVs with the AFS EV lease bonus. See dealer for details and exclusions. Eligibility is subject to credit approval through Audi Financial Services. Cannot be combined with national customer credit. Offer expires January 31st, 2024. Stop in and test drive today. Check out our website to see our current electric vehicle inventory and our monthly specials. The search for your Audi begins and ends at Zimbrick Audi of Madison, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road. Drive yours today.
4! I wish I was a better golfer.
4 is an odd word to yell.
Whoa, where'd you come from?
It's me, Flo, and I'm here to grant your wish of Progressive taking $50 off your deductibles. Just choose the Deductible Savings Bank feature and finish your policy period without filing a claim or having a driving violation.
Great, but, what about my golf swing?
Oh, I just do insurance. Sorry.
Sign up for Progressive and opt into more savings. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Hi, Hi, I'm Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
At Starion Bank, they pride themselves on being a super community bank. Small enough to show they care about you and the communities they serve, while being large enough to make big things happen. With 3 Madison area branches in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona, Starion Bank is here investing in your community while offering valuable personal and business banking services. Start your experience with Starion Bank today by going to starionbank.com. Member FDIC.
Getting a new computer is both fun and terrifying for many people. Madison Computer Works makes moving to a new computer easy. We help protect it from malware and scammers. We move your data and reinstall programs. Our computer care plan lets our friendly techs assist you remotely once you bring it home. Already bought a new computer? Try building one from parts you ordered online. You have better things to do with your time than set up or fix your computer. We'll get everything working right. Call the pros at 608-231-8000 and make your computer problems disappear. Madison Computer Works. Computers that work for you.
Hey, it's Bobby Portis, and I love playing basketball in Milwaukee. When I drive down the lane, I move fast and make sudden moves to drive to the hoop and score. But when I'm behind the wheel in the driving lane, I control my drive. I don't speed or make sudden movements. Speeding and reckless driving are the leading causes of traffic injuries and deaths in Wisconsin. Do what I do. Control your drive. Don't speed. Don't be reckless. Zero in Wisconsin. Together we can save lives. Wisconsin DOT.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman with all of you till 4 o'clock on 100.5 ESPN Madison. Welcoming in 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. We're streaming on YouTube at ESPN Madison as well. 844-770-3776 is the number if you want to join the conversation, celebrate, if you want to gush like Kyle Wallace is gushing, if you want to look ahead, we'll look ahead. I mean, because honestly, another weird thing, right, was how many times did you start looking ahead and have to tell yourself, don't look ahead yet. Don't look ahead yet.
No, me?
Yes, you.
No, because I'm going to be honest with y'all. It's Monday, and I'm excited. I don't want to
I'm talking about during the game.
Look ahead to what? The next week?
Oh, come on.
Yeah, you must have, right?
Come on.
I know I did.
Everyone did.
I know I, for sure.
Even in the third quarter, come on.
Listen, you know, I can show you my text message with my guy. Yep, it's over. On to the next. But when I say on to the next game, I'm not focused on what's coming next because what's coming next, I said last week we had a chance. I was confident against the Cowboys. Juggernaut. The 49ers got some boys.
I don't want to bring Kyle down. I don't want to bring Kyle down.
Well, let me live in the moment and bask in the glory and the success of this football team getting to the next round and keeping us alive another week. When we did the playoff plunge, before we did the playoff plunge, you didn't believe we were going to make the playoffs. That's why you said we'll jump in Lake Michigan.
Well, they were 4-6. I'm not a crazy, but they were 2-5 in October.
You had no interest in jumping in Lake Michigan just for, giggles, kicks and giggles. No. You just threw it out there because you thought it was impossible. And so all of a sudden we found ourselves swimming. We didn't think this week we would be coming on today.
The funny thing is how I love how he's changed from you to we. Because in the audio I do say, I will jump in Lake Michigan, and Brad and Kyle thankfully joined me.
Yes. But all I'm saying is that we weren't looking ahead to San Francisco. We were focused on the Cowboys, and now I think looking ahead to San Francisco just makes me Very, very nervous.
Well, it's one thing to make the playoffs for this young team, which in itself is an unbelievable accomplishment. This Cowboys team, though, don't let yesterday's game be any mistake or confuse you. This is a good Dallas Cowboys team. They were like top 5 in both offense and defense.
I think that is really important for you to talk about because I think heading into the game, I hated anybody who tried to downplay how good Dallas was because I think you really should have played up how good they were because, again, you don't want the Packers like in that mindset of like, well, we barely got by. Like the Cowboys were the number 2 seed in the NFC, a 12-win team that was undefeated at home with a ridiculous offense.
Yep, scoring 37 points at home on offense. You've got a top defensive coordinator in Dan Quinn. You got playmakers all over the board on defense. That was the thing that was always seemingly Dallas's thorn was the defense just stunk, right? Well, they tried to fix that with Dan Quinn. And throughout the year, they did. They had a top defense and a top offense. Oh, yeah, they also have a really good special teams. This was they're not as complete of a team as the 49ers. Outside the 49ers, most complete team in the NFC in the playoff pool. And look what the Green Bay Packers did to them. Don't discount who the Cowboys are because of how well the Packers played yesterday.
I mean, how well you play, but we have to give credit where credit is due, and that's the coaching staff of the Green Bay Packers.
100%.
Who would have thought coming out of this game that we would be saying Joe Barry outcoached Dan Quinn?
Yeah.
Dan Quinn, the hot head coaching candidate, Dan Quinn, that our offense out-schemed them defensively and had them turning in circles. Nobody would have thought that leaving that game.
Which franchise did you enjoy ending the season for more? I mean, like for me, again, it's a prisoner of the moment thing, but seeing Jimmy Johnson on TV yesterday at halftime, I was worried about the old man.
Yeah.
I was worried about him.
I think we'll have a heart attack.
We have that on Twitter. Which franchise did you man, I gotta yell at Ashton Rotman right now. He's a 94.5 executive producer. Which franchise did enjoy ending the season of more? Come on.
Can't have that.
Come on. Dallas Cowboys leading the way at 70%, Bears at 30%, because that is, I guess technically, the Packers ended the Viking season as well.
Yeah, you're right.
They have ended 3 straight team seasons. The Vikings in Week 17, the Bears in Week 18, the Cowboys in playoff wild card weekend.
Rival once again.
Way back when.
Oh, wow.
Over Halloween, I did my Green Bay Packers to Halloween characters. I called Goody the Grim Reaper. It turned out to be true, man.
He was.
This Green Bay Packer team are the Grim Reaper. You better watch out. Keep your head on a swivel, San Francisco, because they're coming for you.
I mean, some demons were exercised with the Cowboys, but the real demons are next weekend.
Yeah.
And that is exciting because if you think about look, I mean, Jordan Love is a superhero.
Explain this to me.
He is a superhero.
He's a superhero, man.
You sound like my girlfriend right now.
Why?
She said
do I look as cute?
No, you do not. But she legitimately was telling me the same thing as I was coming in today. Is why not? She said stop talking about Brett Favre. Stop talking about Aaron Rodgers.
Yes,
this is Jordan Love.
That's
time.
right.
This
has nothing to do with them.
And I just can't, as a Packer fan.
And speaking from someone who got caught up in that, let me tell you, this has, if anything, we know that Rodgers held back some of the things that we're seeing right now.
Oh, wow.
We are.
Oh.
I mean, he didn't go to mini camps. Whether I still don't believe that's a huge reason, but showing the commitment to the young roster would have been a good move for a veteran quarterback. He never did that. The perfect person for this team right now is Jordan Love. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Goody put together the roster with the youngest tight ends and wide receivers in the NFL. This is the youngest team in the NFL. And you know what's easy to do? It's easy to get along with people that are trending in the right that are going through the same experience as you. And guess what? When you're a young team with rookies and first-year guys, and you have guys that are willing to invest in you, I'm seeing stuff about Aaron Jones right now, how much the team loves him. That shows me that this team is put together in a way that it doesn't matter who else would have been. It's who you have now that it's perfect, and it's Jordan Love.
For all of Aaron Rodgers' greatness, he had his guys, right? He had his guys that he liked going to, and if you lost his trust, he wasn't going to go back to you. So he had his guys. It feels like everybody is Jordan Love's guy.
844-770-3776. Rick in Madison. Rick, welcome into Kyle Brust Nortman. It's anybody's show to say whatever they want. What do you got?
All right, so I'm all cool with all the offensive scoring and everything and accolades there. But you kind of got to give it up to Joe Barry last night. He let his men play. Blitzing, man coverage. not getting deep, which resulted in turnovers.
No,
they need.
I love
that
it. And one of the adjustments that he's made is that on third down, they're going to play some man. And you said it, like, he deserves some credit because they're not just sitting back and letting guys run across the middle.
Correct. And I will be the first one to admit I was on the Joe Barry train to get him out of here. But after yesterday's game, second thoughts.
Slow down. Wait a minute. Slow down. I just want you to think before you speak. You said after yesterday's game, what about Joe Barry?
Yes.
You want to keep him?
There might be something. Well, there might be something there. Maybe he's getting it finally to say,
I think that's
we're going to let the guys play.
Okay.
And thank you for the call because look, the jury is still we're still in deliberation here because guess what happened in 2019? The defense had a good season, but their Achilles heel was what this defense is as well. They gave up 4 200-yard rushers this year. Raheem Mostert ran for 450 million yards in 2019. Yeah. They're going against the best running back in football. They have one of the best offensive lines in football, and they are not going to go away from the run game, and that is the San Francisco 49ers. So all that we are loving from Joe Barry, it can't just stop. Like, he's still fighting for his job every single time he's out there. If he's able to stop Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel and George Kittle and Brandon Ayuk, they have more than just one CeeDee Lamb. They have 4 CeeDee Lambs in terms of high-quality skill position guys on the team. So
every
Barry,
level they have an elite player.
Exactly.
But if we're going to be hard on him for the Tommy DeVito showcase and the Baker Mayfield showcase, have to give him a ton of credit for these last 3 weeks because this defense has played unbelievable. They've changed their philosophy. They've got the guys buying in. Look, I'm not saying it's enough to keep his job. I did say, though, like, if this defense puts together a performance like this, there's a scenario where he stays. But
I'm glad it's happening.
No matter what happens, I think, in San Francisco, I don't think it's a next-day fire. I think Matt LaFleur takes a moment and thinks about it.
I'll say this. I want to be put in a predicament where I have to choose between Joe Barry and a Super Bowl because I'm choosing the Super Bowl. If we got to keep Joe Barry, fine.
Yeah, anybody would.
But
Anybody would.
I want to be put in a predicament where next week it's like, oh my gosh, we did it again. I will be happy to have this conversation again. But there's one thing in life you should always be looking to do, and it's always upgrading until you get the best.
8-4. And that's what Matt did not do and led to the position where the Packers are in right now, which you could argue, I mean, Joe Barry's doing a lot with what he's had the last 3-4 weeks.
If I can upgrade you, then I need to upgrade you. And so that's why let's just be careful. There might be
I like to be careful because it's not too
NFL.
long as you're wearing a Jaguars uniform. You also played for the Carolina Panthers, and the Panthers put up 30 points on the Packers, and they also then put up 0 points the next 2 weeks. This is the same defensive coordinator, and I think it's just good to stay grounded like Kyle's making us stay grounded, but also give credit where credit is due. 844-770-3776. We'll continue to hear from everybody who wants to get involved. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across 100.5 ESPN and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. We'll be back. Do not go anywhere.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. The Wisconsin men's basketball team remains the only undefeated Big Ten team in conference play following a win over Northwestern at the Kohl Center on Saturday. Here's head coach Greg Gard after the game.
Proud of our guys. I thought physically Northwestern played exactly how we thought they would. Extremely physical, really coming at us in the post traps and aggressive in the ball screens, and we didn't respond to it early. That once we turned that around, we were much better.
The Badgers, now 5-0 in Big Ten play, return to conference action as they head to Penn State this Tuesday.
Badger Minutes on ESPN Wisconsin are brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule an appointment online today at PellaWI.com.
Ever wonder how the best athletes find the power to jump higher, cut quicker, skate smoother, drive farther, and stick the landing? At Prevea Orthopedics in Green Bay, we know power starts with the hips. That's why Dr. Michael Ryan and our team of experts provide comprehensive and advanced expertise in hip care, unlike anywhere else. Come to Prevea Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, where we can preserve your hips so you can pursue your goals. Prevea Orthopedics, specializing in you.
Life has its moments, times to remember and share. Make the most of those special occasions by visiting Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street. John Hayes from Goodman's Jewelers. We're here to help you make that perfect selection for your memorable moment. When you think of diamonds, you hear about color, cut, clarity, and carat weight. We can help you understand that. But we're equally concerned with earning your trust with the quality of our selection and our service. Goodman'sJewelers.com, in the heart of downtown Madison. Truly a destination worth reaching.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
Are you looking for a fast-paced job in a fun and exciting work environment? Look no further than Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. We offer a wide range of job and shift availability in both part-time and full-time positions. Competitive wages and great benefits await you at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. Visit us in person or check out our website to see all of our job openings. Make work fun and apply for a job at Madison's only casino.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
The best song in the entire world after a Packers victory against the Cowboys. Do not turn that down, Alex Stroh. Yes. 844-770-3776. That is the ESPN Madison talk and text line. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, presented by the official beer of the NFL, Bud Light. I'm Ben Brust alongside Kyle Wallace, showing them hamburger meat on YouTube at ESPN Madison.
So, is it hamburger meat because it's so thin or because there's lack thereof?
I don't want to go into the details.
Yeah.
Brad
No, I want
Nortman,
to. I feel
longtime
like
NFL punter.
Break it down, man. I want to know.
We'll let the experts break it down,
Is it not
baby.
enough?
I mean,
are y'all challenging my manhood because I don't have a lot of
I don't have chest hair, so I'm not going to challenge you. I'm just saying it looks gross.
Oh, wow, you got a bird chest, huh?
I like being not hairy.
It looks gross.
It keeps it low maintenance.
I'm
It keeps
not
life
very
low
sweaty.
maintenance.
Like, yes, like you'd be shocked if I show you my armpits. You'd be like, huh? It's like nothing there.
I don't. Why to the armpits? Because they have hair. Is that why?
Yes, you literally wanted to break down your chest hair, so I
Okay.
was using more examples
Cool.
as to why I don't
Let's
have
stop
chest
before
hair.
he keeps
That's
going.
what I tried to do.
Yeah.
844-770-3776. Brad Nortman is challenging Mark Tauscher of Wilde and Tausch to be the analogy guy of ESPN Wisconsin. We got a sneak peek into this one. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Yeah, I try to punch upward toward Tausch to try to be on his level for analogies. You guys know me. I love sports. I love football. And I'll admit, I'm a nerd, right? We all know KBN.
Brad Nerdman.
Yeah, that's right. The crew, KBN Nation, knows I'm a little bit of a nerd. And so I'm thinking about this team, this Green Bay Packer team. They're almost beyond my ability to comprehend. So what do? I try to grab at an analogy to get my arms around it. And recently, maybe it's because last week I watched Mission Impossible, or I like watching movies like that. This Green Bay Packer team They are like an artificial intelligence movie. Now, hold on tight. Let me land this plane.
Artificial intelligence movie.
Anyone
when
you
I
can
first
think
heard
of.
that, I was thinking, like, is this like the Boston robot, like the dynamics, you know?
I mean,
like,
look at you.
That could be the real life artificial intelligence movie, but it's Avengers 2 or Terminator or Mission Impossible. In every artificial intelligence movie, right? What happens? Somebody, a scientist, a coder, whoever it is, they try to take rudimentary, raw, unproven primitive materials to kind of create something special, right? But usually what happens? It's like, the scientists in the lab, they toss away. They're like, this isn't working how it's supposed to. I totally envisioned it being something different, and it's cast away, right? But what happens? Inevitably, the artificial intelligence, it learns faster than you ever thought possible, and it becomes more powerful. More powerful than you could ever imagine. And before long, the whole world is scrambling to try to figure out how to stop it. That's exactly what happens with this Green Bay Packers, man. Goody was the scientist. He was trying to put together these raw materials and like these primitive things and be like, I think this is something special here. But like every artificial intelligence movie, it was cast aside. I know I was saying it in October, man, this isn't working. This isn't working how it's supposed to. But this team, they learned faster than you ever thought possible. They took about 18 months of growth and did it in about 2 months. And now they've become more powerful than you could ever imagine. And all around the NFL, people are wondering, what are we going to do to stop those Green Bay Packers? The Green Bay Packers are the artificial intelligence movie of the movie industry. Thank you very much.
There it is from Brad Nortman. Rate the Brad Nortman analogy, 844-770-3776 on YouTube at ESPN Madison as well.
He actually inspired me. I went back to look through it, and I'm like, oh, my gosh, you're absolutely right. The Green Bay Packers had grown so powerful to the point where they have just put a whooping on teams to where they got to this pinnacle of whooping on the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas. You saw the performance against the Vikings where they put up a lot of points. You saw them put up 33 points as well against the Panthers, 27 against the Chiefs. But you really saw that AI start taking the steps in the right directions when they went on Thanksgiving and they beat the pants off the Detroit Lions. That's when the mad scientist, Goody, started to probably figure out, wait a minute, there's something here.
See, I look at this and I feel like Jordan Love right now has the Matrix in his head. Like, he's got like all the green text. Like, he's just reading defenses right now. He's dissecting those. He's canning plays. He's changing plays at the line to get his guys in the right situation. He is maybe protege to the scientist because he is the AI right now because you can't make a guy like Jordan Love in the lab. He's taken the youngest wide receivers and tight ends, not just the playoffs, not just to a winning season, but past the Dallas Cowboys, scoring 30-plus points on offense. That's what Jordan Love has done.
And it becomes all these movies, too. It's the same thing where it happens faster than you think. That is the ultimate touchstone of this team, where it's like, maybe in Goody's wildest dreams, he could have seen this happening next year, maybe 2025, but nobody, and I would even think if you had Goody and LaFleur honestly have an honest conversation and say, do you expect this team to come together this fast? I would think they'd say no. And that's a marquee of like what artificial intelligence movies is like. It's like bam, bam, bam. It's moving, it's changing, it's adapting. Before you know it, it's unbelievable. The speed of this team's growth, I can't even wrap my head around it.
On YouTube at ESPN Madison, here's the thing that I see from Ravi, who's a Bears fan. Love is like Rodgers, and I immediately reply, Love is his own man. He maybe learned some things sitting behind Rodgers, but in terms of personality, in terms of leadership, he's just different. They're different people. Like, and that's okay. Again, maybe Rodgers would have been like this back in when he took over after Favre with a young team. But that's just not where he is in his career. And like I said earlier, this is the right quarterback for this team. Like, this is the only quarterback for this team. Because when you look at how he's grown with all the different receivers, I mean, think about it. One of the early callers said Jaden Reed and Christian Watson were barely involved.
Yeah, they weren't.
Think about how crazy that is.
No, Romeo
Second
Doubs.
round pick Jaden Reed, Second-round pick Christian Watson from the last 2 years.
Weren't even your best players.
Highest drafted guys that are on the roster.
Your featured players was a 5th-round pick, I believe, 4th or 5th-round pick in Romeo Dobbs, and 4th or 5th-round pick, one of those two, with Tay Wicks. Those were your featured wide receivers yesterday.
Well, and in previous weeks, it was Bo Melton and Malik Heath. These guys are practice squad and undrafted guys. I mean, he just does not care who is receiving the ball. If you are open, he will find you. It doesn't matter if you dropped it the pass before, he will come right back to you. That's why I think these guys are so confident in him. They want to see Love succeed so badly. And guys, before you know it, the big concern about Green Bay is can't get free agents, right? This might start to be a destination for guys that want to go play with Jordan Love, this fun young roster, and a chance to win.
It's already brewing.
844-770-3776. It's your time to get your voice heard. However you're feeling, however you're gushing, whatever you're looking at, 844-770-3776. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, 100.5 ESPN, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. We'll be back in just 2 minutes, so don't go anywhere. Alex Strofe running the show. We'll be back.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hi, this is former Badger Pro Football Hall of Famer Joe Thomas. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison. Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio. This is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Yeah, it is with Alex Strofe, your Sports Center update brought to you by Celebrations Entertainment. Complete event services for weddings, corporate events, nonprofit events, outdoor movies, casino nights, and much more. Go to celebrationsentertainment.com to get started today. And I imagine quite a few of you celebrating today as the Green Bay Packers headed to the divisional round of the playoffs following yesterday's 48-32 win over the Dallas Cowboys in the Super Wild Card round. Packers, the first 7 seed in NFL history to win a wild card game. Packers tied a franchise record with 48 points in a playoff game. That dates back to the playoffs of the 2010 season when the Packers beat the top-seeded Atlanta Falcons on the road. Interesting. Head coach Matt LaFleur after the game on the team's energy headed in to the divisional round.
There is a different energy about our team. It's so much fun to come to work with these guys every day, and these guys, the way they compete and push each other, and I'm just happy for those guys.
Tell me if you've heard this one before. Packers 49ers in the divisional round. 7:15 kickoff on Saturday.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studios in Madison, this is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Enjoy the moment, folks. Enjoy what you witnessed. Pinch yourself because it's real. I had to pinch myself. Kyle, I don't know if you still are alive and if you think this is real.
Oh, no, this is real, baby. I watched it. I watched that butt whooping in live in color on my TV yesterday. It was fantastic. I celebrated every single moment of it yesterday. This is real, baby. And I texted all my little Cowboys friends to make sure they understood and knew what was happening.
I think that's been a fun part about all of this is seeing the fan bases, right? We've had Bears, Vikings, Cowboys. Those are the Packers' last 3 games. And think about that for a second. Vikings, obviously Kirk Cousins goes down, but Jordan Love balls out. They don't know what their quarterback future is. They don't even know if they're going to bring back Cousins. And then you see a couple people in the YouTube chat on ESPN Madison, a couple Bears fans. Caleb Williams declared he's going to be the next Bear. And I will reiterate this till the end of time. If you have an organizational issue, that you have clearly proven you cannot develop quarterbacks, I don't care if you draft Michael Vick reincarnated or whoever reincarnated. You're not going to be able to make it work. And so I don't trust that organization no matter who it is. If they would have kept Fields, if they draft Williams, I don't care. And then you look at, like, again, the Cowboys. Dak, do they really believe? Do those fans really believe in their quarterback? Each team that has questions at the quarterback position has to watch Jordan Love on the biggest stage. Their team gets embarrassed, and then they feel as if, like, they're nowhere near where the Packers are heading. And that has to be a great feeling. 844-770-3776.
When I look at the Cowboys, actually, we are ironically talking about steak, and it's making me kind of hungry in the break here. And I look at the Cowboys, they're all sizzle, no steak. There's no meat to it. It's always flash. It's always regular season dominance. And you go to the postseason.
Another analogy. I like it.
I know.
Powerful.
I'm feeling it today, man. These Packers, man, they're getting me motivated. So it's all sizzle, no steak. They never actually bring the substance when it matters, which is even more impressive for Jordan Love, right? Because if you have success as a quarterback in any sport, honestly, the question is, well, yeah, but what do you do in the postseason? And you look at the Dallas Cowboys, and they have been languishing in the postseason. And even Aaron Rodgers had his struggles in the postseason. So the fact that Jordan Love went out and played the best game of his young career in the postseason against a good defense is unbelievable.
844-770-3776. Let's go to Mo in Illinois. Mo, welcome into Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
In all my years as a Packers fan, I don't think I've ever been as proud of a team like the 2023 Green Bay Packers. The dynamic of this team is special. It really is. Like, I don't know if I've ever seen a team that's as close as these guys, and they're just so wise beyond their years. They're exceeding so many expectations. I've never been more proud of a Packers team. And let me tell you guys one thing. Argue with the wall. I don't care. The 2023 Green Bay Packers are legit Super Bowl contenders. What we saw on display against those Cowboys in their home. I don't even care about the previous history at Jerry's World of the Packers owning them. Jordan Love first year started going in. The poise that he has, the playmakers stepping up, the defense stepping up. Like, are you kidding me? I can't believe what I witnessed. Actually, I can a little bit, but nobody expected them to get blown out of the waters like that. Like, this team should be so proud of themselves. These fans should be proud of themselves. And I'll tell you one thing. If they could minimize Christian McCaffrey's impact on this game, which is going to be a tough task, the Packers will beat the 49ers. And I'll tell you, this is a de facto NFC championship game. They win this game, they're going to the Super Bowl. Believe, Packer Nation. Go Pack, go, baby.
That's Mo in Illinois taking a page out of Mark Tauscher. That was the Wilde Tausch Twitter poll. I've never seen Kyle be the one to
hold the reins back, Kyle. Wow.
One thing that I don't talk about is I don't look ahead past anybody. I will not say beating the 49ers means we're going to the Super Bowl.
I agree with that.
As a Green Bay Packers fan, we have only been to 3 Super Bowls since I could remember. And honestly, 3 Super Bowls since 1967 or something like that? The last time we went to the Super Bowl, something like that.
One game at a time.
And so we cannot sit here and crown ourselves by beating the 49ers in a de facto NFC championship game. Listen. Regardless of what happens, the Detroit Lions are still a tough football team. They smacked our butts at home at Lambeau once before. The Eagles are a good football team as well. I know they're playing down, but they have some players. The Buccaneers whooped our behinds at home. Let's calm down and let's focus on the 49ers.
So I want to focus on something that Mo said, but it wasn't about the specialness of the actual football being played, not about looking ahead into a de facto playoff game. He talked about how connected this team is, like how special this team is. Field Yates tweeted something from NFL Films, and I thought this was super cool. As Aaron Jones came home to Texas, got to play, he grew up in that area. His dad obviously passed, but talking about how motivated he was, he brought it. And then I see something here where it talks about Jaden Reed. He said this on NFL Films to Aaron Jones. You're the reason I go hard out there, bro. You're somebody I look up to, bro. You're somebody to play for. I want to go out there and block for you. I feel bleeped up when I don't make that block. Wow. That is powerful.
That's
hard
powerful.
Soul.
Come on, man.
Wow.
That's a guy. Thank you, Strofe. That's a guy who just went 4 straight games going over 100 yards. he has that impact as a leader on the young guys.
And listen, guys like that, that's not common in the locker room. It's not common to have both your superstar be your emotional heartbeat. And we know something about a heartbeat like Kyle Wallace right here. But to have your superstar be your positive heartbeat. I know. Kyle's getting a bunch of wins this weekend, right? Getting shout-outs on KBN and Packers win.
I have gotten some dubs.
The reality is, it's just as likely, maybe more likely, to have your superstars be guys that are self-focused and for themselves. So you got a guy like Aaron Jones. And look, regardless of what Aaron Rodgers, his impact on the team or not, probably wasn't the right fit for this team. But you remove a guy like that to let some other leaders step up. It's amazing to see that trickle-down impact.
He's got to be the most likable Packer over the last 10 years.
Has to be.
No,
he's kind of, to me, he's like the Donald Driver of this era.
That's a great analogy.
He is. This is perfectly fitting for MLK Day. Shout out to MLK Day today, because MLK, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., was an inspiration. He was a mentor. He was a leader. He was also a big bro to a lot of people, civil rights activists that came after him. And I say that because when Aaron Jones ain't MLK, but what I'm saying is when you have younger people in that locker room that look up to you and believe in you and want to work hard for you, that is something that's special. Aaron Rodgers did not have the impact on this roster because the team just was too young for him, and he could not relate to who they were. He couldn't relate to this younger generation. Aaron Jones is a smidge older than some of those guys, but they look at him as big bro. And it's so important when you have that type of respect and people look at you as big bro. They want to go out there and they want to fight for you. So when they see you out there working hard to try to get healthy, they're going to do everything for you. To see Aaron Jones pick up Michael Parsons like that and block him to give Jordan Love more time, I guarantee you everybody in film, when they see that, they're going to say, look at Aaron doing it. Like, they're going to get excited for his successes. Seeing him score 3 touchdowns at home in Texas, they're going to get excited. That ignites the team. Jaden Reed didn't have not one catch yesterday, but do you think he walked off sad? No, he walked off. I saw him walk off the field, jumping, smiling, and happy. Why? Because overall, as a team, they won yesterday, and Big Bro and Aaron Jones had a great day.
Well, and first and second year players, incredibly impressionable, right?
Yeah.
They're figuring out what it takes to be a pro and how should I be in this league. So Aaron Jones, hopefully he's on the roster next year. We don't exactly know. But you look 3 years from now, Aaron Jones probably won't be on the roster. His impact on these young guys will live on for
Donald
3
Driver,
years
you said
to come.
that Donald
You like
Driver
that?
impact. Because
Yes. If he had the same impact.
If you watch the Packers receivers, you watch the Greg Jennings, you watch the James Jones, the Jordy Nelson, the Devontae Adams. They all caught the ball, and they didn't just catch the ball and go down. They all fought hard after. You know who they learned that from? Donald Driver had that mighty fight. He wanted to get that yak, and I think you're absolutely right when you talk about what this could mean for the personality of this team following behind a Jordan Love and an Aaron Jones.
And that wide receiver persona lives on now for these young guys.
Yeah, and I also, like, we're talking about Aaron Jones. We're talking about a running back. Like, that's one of, like, the positions where they're typically, like, the wide receivers are usually the ones that want to get the shine, right? The big flashy catches. Aaron Jones is a running back getting young wide receivers motivated to block for him. Think about that.
That's unreal.
You think what wide receiver's like, you know what? I want to block, man.
They don't not exist.
You don't see that.
C.D. Lamb wasn't going up to Tony Pollard and said, bro, my
I
bad.
can't wait to block for you.
I didn't block hard.
I didn't block hard today. My bad, CD. Or my bad, Tony. So my thing is as well, like, it didn't just happen by accident, right? Aaron Jones, Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee, like, I feel like every single year. But think about what he did this year, right? First game of the year, Aaron Jones was the best player on the Packers.
He sure was.
He was unbelievable in the Bears game when they won 37-20. He gets hurt on the touchdown play, pulling the hamstring. He battles hamstring injuries all freaking season. We're talking about the same Aaron Jones that sprained his MCL this season. He's battled, and he's out there, and he's motivating his players. Aaron Jones,
wipe it off,
wipe
Ben.
myself down. First down. I love his touchdown or his first down dance. Aaron Jones, the freaking man. Alex Strofe, I just want to hear from you because I feel like you should be feeling good.
I'm feeling fantastic. I don't think I can get to the level of you when you brush yourself off a la Aaron Jones. Like, that is a different level of confidence and fieriness that I might be lacking a little bit today, as pumped up as I am, as jacked up as I am about yesterday's win.
Well, what I'll say to this, Strofe, is, like, if I feel that awesome doing the Aaron Jones first down dance, like, Aaron Jones could motivate me watching him. Imagine, like, we're hearing Jaden Reed when I read that quote. That's the impact that he has on the 53-man roster.
And you're a 30-some-year-old man. They are 21, 22-year-olds who are seeing, again, I'm going to say it, like they seeing this dude who is relatable to them. Do all this hard work.
Yeah, he's reaching old guys and reaching young guys.
For real, though.
You can't give Brust that much credit. This is a guy that was playing with his weenus during the sidecast yesterday.
Oh, wow.
You ever seen your weenus, how like?
Can we keep that on the sidecast?
Nah, I mean, look, you can see on stream.
It is unbelievably stretchy.
I have some very stretchy weenies.
That is a little bit more stretchy than mine.
Yes.
But now we're taking the attention.
844-770-3776. Cheers to and pour one out coming up next. So if you have anything to cheers to, if you have anything to pour one out to, 844-770-3776, or put it in the chat on YouTube at ESPN Madison. Chris, hashtag Weenus. I love to see that on ESPN Madison as well. Okay. So we will get to cheers to and pour one out. Strophy, we'll let you get a part of this. Coming up next.
I am the fittest, healthiest, and lightest I've been in years thanks to the team at Carbon World Health. Jim Rutledge here, and I've been working with Dr. Nestor Rodriguez and his training staff for years now, and I've seen my fitness and strength increase steadily. Now I'm seeing weight loss like I've never expected, thanks to semaglutide. I'm dropping fat, not muscle, with this game-changing, FDA-approved weight loss treatment. Go to carbonworldhealth.com today to learn more.
All you have is one chance after an accident. One decision on who to call. One shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Protect your dream home with American Family Insurance. And you can weather any storm. You'll also save up to 25% by bundling home, auto, and life. American Family Insurance. Get a quote. Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Discounts may not apply to all coverages on an auto or home policy. Discounts do not apply to life insurance policies. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hi, everyone. If you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions for free. Call now and find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. Call 800-384-1340. I'm here with spokesman John Wolf. So, John, tell everyone listening who should call right now.
Well, Maria, first off, thank you for having me here. It's always nice to answer the listeners' questions. Now, as far as who should call in, anyone who's been injured in an accident and think you deserve compensation, give us a call right now. 800-384-1340. You'll find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth.
Thanks, John. You heard it, folks. Take advantage of this opportunity and call now. 800-384-1340.
Advertisement sponsored by Legal Help Center. May not be available in all states.
Madison athletes seeking elite training need to get started today at Total Athlete Performance. TAP is here to serve and educate the serious athlete with speed, agility, and semi-private training options. Sessions are now available in both Windsor and the new TAP facility inside the Verona Athletic Center. Also access remote training plans anytime, anywhere with the Total Athlete Performance app. Visit tapwisconsin.com for sign-up info, including monthly payment options. That's tapwisconsin.com.
January means it's playoff time for football. The best teams give their best to win the game. And Metro Kia of Madison is giving their best on these amazing lease offers. Get in a 2024 Kia Forte GT for only $299 per month. For 36 months, $3,400 due at signing, 10,000 miles per year. Or drive a 2024 Kia Sportage right off the lot for only $3,500 down and $499 a month for 36 months. Again, 10,000 miles per year. Get these deals at Metro Kia of Madison.
Are you ready to start a meaningful career in healthcare? Are you looking for a job that fits your work-life balance? Become a certified direct care professional today and make life better for older adults or people with a disability. WIS Caregiver Careers makes it easy with free online training plus earn a $500 bonus. See your name on Wisconsin's Certified Direct Care Registry. Sign up today at wiscaregiverscdcp.com. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Every minute, it's running through my head. 100 million thoughts that I could have said. Then every minute, it starts over again. Do-do-do-do. Knocking at your door. The world outside is waiting.
Alex Strofe, holding his promise, doing his least amount of work as possible, forgot to get a bump back song ready to go, so we got the random music. Not the vibes we're looking for, Strofe. Come on, just take ownership, and I'll leave you alone.
This is a high vibe song, and in my defense, I spent that commercial break editing audios with 8 swear words in it that you guys so desperately want to play. So I was doing work. Thank you very much. Pat on the back to me, though.
Pat on the back to you. That's all I was looking for. That's Alex Strofe. He's running the show. This is Kyle Brust and Nortman on 100.5 ESPN, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. I'm Ben Brust alongside Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, and we are presented by the official beer of the NFL, Bud Light. But 844-770-3776. Let's go to Jeremy in a truck. What up, Jeremy?
How you doing there, guys?
Fantastic.
I just want to.
I wish I had your accent.
I just want to give the Packers a big thumbs up for yesterday's performance. I agree 100% on what you guys are talking about. As far as each one of those guys were playing for each other yesterday. The last time that I actually remember a team playing for a team was back in the Brett Favre, Chimera, Driver days when they played for one another. The big thing about Jordan Love yesterday, he did a great job reading the defenses, throwing the ball into their soft coverages, wide open receivers. Awesome job, Jordan.
2 thumbs up to Jeremy as well. Thumbs up to the Packers, thumbs up to Jeremy. I think if you looked up the sound of a Wisconsin voice, Jeremy would be what you would hear. Is that fair?
Oh, yeah. That was pretty great.
Yeah, pretty accurate.
Strofe, have you ever heard anyone more Wisconsin?
That guy sounds like my grandfather. I love him.
It was soothing. Like I felt like he was just
calm,
like go Pack. Like
give it a couple thumbs
great.
up. Dude, that guy epitomized Wisconsin.
Thumbs up. Thumbs up to the Packers all around. 844-770-3776. Cheers to you, Jeremy, and cheers to the Packers. And it's time to cheers to and pour one out here on Kyle Brust and Nortman.
The weekend is over, so let's pop some bottles. It's time for Cheers to and pour one out on Kyle Brust and Nortman.
It could be anything you saw over the weekend. Could be life, could be sports. We cheers to something and we pour one out to something we saw as well. I have a feeling this is going to be very Packer-centric, and that's okay. Kyle, take it away.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited to take it away. Now, me and my guy, we've had an up and down year this year because, if I'll be honest, he was acting a little bit of a fool this year. But the one thing I didn't lose, I never lost faith in this young man when it was big-time moments. I wanted him on the field, and I'm talking about Jair Alexander. I want to cheers to Jair Alexander because Jair Money Alexander had a rough season. We didn't know when he was going to play. The Carolina Panther game when they went to North Carolina, and he decided he was going to walk out as a team captain. The first time he played, I want to say about 5 weeks, it was a debacle. He got sat out during the Vikings game and suspended, and he came back and he played with a better attitude against the Bears, and he played very well. And then this week in practice, leading up into the Cowboys game, he had a freak accident where he twisted his ankle. He worked round the clock in order to get healthy and play for this game. The man went from saying, I'm not 100% healthy with his shoulder, I'm not playing at all, to doing everything he can to ensure he was going to play in this game against the Cowboys on Sunday. And not only did he play,
you said he's a gamer.
He is a gamer, and he made a huge play, a huge interception to help turn that game and help continue the momentum for the Green Bay Packers as they put their foot on the neck of those Dallas Cowboys. So I got to cheers to Jair Alexander, because Jair Alexander, like Aaron Jones, is the heart and soul of that offense. Jair Alexander, as he goes, that defense goes, and he is the heart and soul of that Packers defense, and that's why we saw a great performance yesterday, because he got them going with that turnover. So cheers to my boy Jair.
Brad.
Well, as we talked about, there are so many people to cheers to, so many so that we'd be pretty darn a fool if we were cheersing to everybody. But my cheers to goes to a guy that we have poured out plenty for over the course of the season. There's a whole bunch of wet cheers or pouring out for on the ground because of all the pour one outs. But cheers to Joe Barry.
Oh.
You have to give Joe Barry credit for walking through the fire all year. And we criticized him, and rightfully criticized him, for a lot of the debacles that the Packers defense has been through all year. But this game plan against this high-octane offense at Cowboys, where they're scoring 37 points a game, the ability to have the humility to listen to your players, to change your schemes, to get them ready against this unbelievably talented offense and do what they did, including 2 turnovers, which helped win the game, and be able to stifle them so much so that the game was really never even close. Cheers to Joe Barry. And actually, our producer today, Alex Strofe, I thought he was crazy in Green Bay game day when he said he thinks that Joe Barry and the defense is going to hold this team to 17 points.
Too.
In all honesty,
they kind of did.
They kind of did.
Yeah.
And I thought he was nuts when he said it then. Turns out it was an impressive call. Cheers to you, Joe Barry. Well done. Last game and the last couple weeks.
Sounded like a cheers to me more so than Joe Barry. I'm just saying.
That's why I like.
He's the one that followed through on your.
I'm going to cheers to Alex Strofe to tie
you.
the bow on Brad Nortman's cheers to there. I'm also going to cheers to the man, Jordan Love. When the Packers played the Chiefs, that is when it was like, oh, wow. Oh, wow. And then we started touchdownsforlove.com. Great ad, Strofe. That was wonderful. Because we don't have the Tory Lowe drops, I believe, in Madison, so you will act as Tory Lowe.
Oh, I'm down for that.
That sounds wonderful. Oh, wow. Jordan Love has helped raise Guarding Against Cancer's initiative that Coach Guard, who's shot at the Badgers 5-0 in Big Ten play. They have a 2-game lead on first place in the Big Ten regular season, which is a good start. First time 5-0 since like the 90s. Coach Guard has raised over $8 million since 2016 to go to UW Carbone Cancer Center right here in the state of Wisconsin. $47,500 through Jordan Love's effort, because through pledges of people that have been awesome. Got Kyle Wallace to go in the lake after the Packers made the playoffs, which was actually he didn't go underwater. So I was actually thinking about one of the biggest pledgers, I think, gave money because to see Kyle Wallace go under. I'll have to confirm that because he might have to go under to make.
Well, we might have to subtract some thousands from that.
So Kyle likes cancer apparently. Kyle likes Jordan Love. $47,500 raised.
Take that back.
You might have to go underwater.
No, you need to take that back.
I don't know.
You need to take that back.
I don't know, Kyle. Looks like you got to go under Lake Michigan.
What a terrible
Kyle
statement to
throw cancer.
What a terrible statement to make.
I'm just calling the facts.
You both are terrible
wow.
people. Terrible people. How could you?
Good
Take
ad,
it back.
Strofe.
Positive Monday really turned.
Yeah.
Jordan Love helped raise $47,500 with all of his touchdowns since the Chiefs game, and we got another game. Cheers to Jordan Love.
Kyle Wallace hates cancer, but Kyle Wallace also loves to see the people I'm about to pour it out from in agony. And I'm pouring mine out right here. I'm going to pour it out for all the haters, and I'm going to pour one out for Vegas. And Vegas had the Packers as a 7-point underdog. And with that 7-point underdog they had us as for the Green Bay Packers on Sunday, I hope they lost so much money on the Green Bay Packers game. I really hope they do. Because where them 7-point boys at now, they sitting their behinds at home as my Green Bay Packers move on. So I'm pouring one out to those stupid people in Vegas and them Cowboys fans and all the haters and the doubters that did
we got more haters coming.
That did not believe the Green Bay Packers would be where they were going to be at today. So pour one out for all our haters.
The Smitty chimes in. Good job, guys. The fun is over Saturday. Love, 2 picks, 1 fumble loss. Niners,
There's always
strong.
that one.
Chat!
Seriously.
Attack! Respectfully.
There's always somebody. Last week it was Sparky.
Sparky Zach?
Yeah. Sparky Zach is real silent today. And Smitty, you better walk what you're saying because you may be silent next week too.
844-770-3776 if you want to give your cheers to and pour one out. But we are pouring out right now. Brad Nortman.
I am pouring one out for our old friend Mike McCarthy. I mean, he knew going into the game. Jerry Jones even said as much. He's going to be evaluated on the postseason this year and how the final game of the Cowboys season goes. And boy, oh boy, it could not have gone worse for old Coach McCarthy. And there was just too many shots of him on the sideline where he just looked lost. He looked powerless. He looked like there was nothing more that he could do. And once again, the Packers, they had fired him officially back in 2019. I think they're getting him fired a second time. Pouring out Coach McCarthy.
The Smitty has chimed in on YouTube at ESPN Madison. I told him it's easy to be tough as a 10-point favorite because, again, anyone can flex when you're expected to win by 10 points. And that off of Kyle Wallace. The Packers were 7-point dogs, 7.5-point dogs against the Cowboys. 10-point dogs against the Niners already. We're going to get into that a little bit later. Quick cheers to Dame time. I mean, we got to get a Dame time in there.
Good choice.
Same night. I already cheers to, but I feel like we got to tap on the watches, and Dame has not pulled out the tap on the watch because he said there hasn't been a moment deserving of it yet, but he had one last night. My pour one out goes to Matty Mouse. It's done. No matter what. Kyle, you were like, hey, bring it back.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This cheers to
I'm
a
besmirching his name.
First I'm not pro. I don't like cancer. First,
okay. Everyone knows that, Kyle.
We just need to make sure that we can't put that energy in dang air, and we can't put the energy of me saying that you bring back Matty Mouse.
Matty Mouse, pour one out. It's done. He one of our callers, rest in peace, Matty Mouse. One of our callers had talked about like how Jordan Love was great. Part of that is scheme, man. Part of that is those play calls. Luke Musgrave didn't just get open because he's super fast and talented. It's because Matt LaFleur had that Cowboys defense spinning around on their heels, didn't know what was coming next. So I'm done forever. R.I.P. to Matty Mouse. Strofe, you got anything to wrap it up, or you just want to do a powerful? That's Alex Strofe.
Oh, wow.
Performance was powerful.
844-770-3776, the ESPN Madison talk and text line. Our friends to the south in Chicago are struggling. So are the Cowboys fans. We hear from some people that are struggling. You will enjoy their agony. Coming up next. Ben Brust here for Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. It's been over 4.5 years I've worked with Zimbrick European. It's time for you to stop on by and check out all the inventory they have to offer. You can also go to ZimbrickEuropean.com for certified pre-owns, Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, electric vehicles. They literally have it all for you. It's your one-stop shop. Don't forget about Mercedes-Benz Sprinter vans as well. Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Check it out. You will enjoy it. Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. I joined the Princeton Club because I was looking for a place I could invest in my health, and the environment and the community I have felt has made it so easy for me to incorporate it into my everyday life. It doesn't matter where you're at in your fitness journey because they have something to offer everyone. It also goes beyond fitness. From the moment you walk in the club to the moment you walk out, there is a togetherness felt throughout the members and staff that keeps you going for your better tomorrow. Don't wait any longer and get started on your fitness journey today at PrincetonClub.net. That's PrincetonClub.net.
Goodman's Jewelers has been providing sparkle to Madison since 1933. That's a lot of great memories. John Hayes for Goodman's Jewelers. We've been caring for generations of customers, and during that time our strengths have been trust, service, and selection. Those traits are who we are, and that will never change. Goodman's Jewelers, a destination worth reaching. 220 State Street, goodmansjewelers.com.
The best is at Goodman's.
LabCorp Clinical Trials is changing to a new name, Fortrea. While the name may be different, Fortrea combines decades of great experience and professionalism with new opportunities for clinical trial participation. It's more than a mission and more than a new name. Fortrea is dedicated to moving healthcare forward. To learn more about the future of healthcare and upcoming clinical trials, visit us at fortreaclinicaltrials.com. That's FORTREA clinicaltrials.com.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offer the Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Prize Picks, the most fun I've had, winning up to 25x on my money during the football season, and now I get to play during the basketball season as well. You get to select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and you just place an entry. Pretty simple. And now you get to pick combo projections across football and basketball from the Specials League, a league created specifically for combo projections that includes 2 or more players from different sports or leagues. So for me, I'm going to go Jordan Love, and then I'll go Giannis and Dallas Dame. If I want to go 3-pointers made, rushing touchdowns, can do it. Prize Picks is that simple to play. Testing my skills on Prize Picks this season is the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Quick withdrawals, easy gameplay, and an enormous selection of players and stat types are what makes Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app.
Go to prizepicks.com/WI and use code WI for a first deposit match up to $100. That's prizepicks.com/WI, code WI.
The host might be irrelevant, but the conversations aren't.
I was building a nightstand during Aaron Rodgers Tuesday. I just about threw it out my window.
Yeah, you don't strike me as a handy guy.
Well, no. I made it really well. That was
Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe.
I think you and I are both self-proclaimed Swifties, Hunter.
Absolutely, I am.
Wow, that was no hesitation there.
No.
That is the fastest you've ever responded to anything in the history of the show.
Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe. Available wherever you get your podcasts.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
A scrub is a guy that thinks he's flying this, also known as a buster. Always talking about what he wants and just sits on his broke ass. So, no, I don't want your number, no. I don't want to give you mine, and no, I don't want to meet you.
Gotta tell you about Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Been working with AP and the team over at Zimbrick European for over 4.5 years now. And believe it or not, I've talked about it a little bit, and this is a big believe it or not for Alex Strofe. I got a kid on the way. And
powerful.
I got to upgrade. Powerful. I got.
He was powerful.
I got to get a car. I had 2-door. I went 4-door. And now I got to go SUV. I need more space. I have to have room for the baby. And so I'm working with AP and them to figure out what car fits me best. Again, they have Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, certified pre-owns, also Mercedes Sprinter vans for all your business owners. They last a long time and are great for your business. Again, Zimbrick Mercedes from the beginning has been amazing. You step in there, they will take care of you from start to finish. They've done it for me for 4.5, almost 5 years. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, 100.5 ESPN. I'm Ben Brust, Brad Nortman, Kyle Wallace alongside me. And the agony of other teams, right? We talked about it a little bit. Vikings, season ends by Jordan Love. Bears, season ends by Jordan Love. And the Cowboys, season ends by Jordan Love, Aaron Jones, Matt LaFleur, kind of Joe Barry. We'll give him some credit. Jay Alexander, Darnell Savage, you name it. Everyone was great yesterday. Outside of Anders Carlson, please stop missing kicks.
Well, y'all great kicker y'all love missed one too.
Oh, I mean, but it didn't matter. It's going to matter in the postseason for the Packers. Now, our friends at ESPN 1000, we've had David Kaplan on with us. He is a certified lunatic when it comes to being a Bears fan. Drive time host from 2 to 6, Mark Silverman, Sylvie of Waddle and Sylvie, after every Bears loss, goes to a tire swing in his backyard and just talks to fans. And he lets them know how he's feeling. This was Sylvie yesterday, breaking down what it's like to be a Chicago sports fan, watching. The Bears didn't play. They have the #1 draft pick, and they are watching Jordan Love and getting this response.
You didn't think I'd do it, did you? 9 below 0,
35 below zero with a wind chill. But for us Chicago sports fans, it feels like it's 90 below zero. Jordan Love had a perfect passer rating, and the Packers won. What the f***? This caps a week where the Bears lost to the Packers. Matt Eberflus stays as the Bears head coach. I'm at the United Center, and I watched one of the worst Ring of Honor ceremonies ever, and our fellow Bulls fans booed Jerry Krause, who's been dead for 7 years, and Thelma Krause had to sit there and cry. What a miserable week. And I'm out here in the polar vortex swinging as the Packers have another quarterback.
It all bookends to the Packers. I watched Jordan Love have a perfect passer rating, and then I watched the Packers at the end there. So what I take away from that is, look how good we have it. Because not only did the Packers win, right? Dame time yesterday. You got an ownership group that is invested in the Deer District. I mean, like, what don't we have?
Yeah, you got
You got
stockholders.
rid of Craig Counsell?
You got stockholders invested in the Green Bay Packers like myself.
Wow.
Cool.
Had to went there. Had to go there.
Oh, wow.
You know what's going to happen, though? I feel like that is a realistically, viewpoint from a Bears fan. I guarantee we're going to fast forward to August, and it's going to be back to delusion, right? And we're going to have to remind them, hey, do you remember what reality looked like? Let's pull back the tape in January, because these Bears fans, it's just going to, hope springs eternal, and they're going to be delusionally hopeful in August again, which really founded on nothing. But to be a Wisconsin sports fan, man, oh man. I mean, he broke it down perfectly. I mean, could you ask? I'm not sure. It's the most fun to be a Wisconsin sports fan, and darn it, are you rewarded?
Yeah, here's the thing, fellas. There are literally 2 sports teams in the NFL that I love to go on Twitter or X to go see their.
You got a burner account?
No, I ESPN Kyle W. That's all I have, and just go and watch the responses from their fan bases. I don't Google Lions fans base after we beat the Lions. I don't care about the Patriots. I don't care about the Jaguars. After we beat the Chicago Bears and the Dallas Cowboys, I love getting them Twitter fingers and going to see some of the reactions so I can see beautiful things like that. Watching Bears fans in straight agony. They didn't even play this weekend.
I know.
Yeah, that's so great.
It sounds like a reaction to one of their games.
It does.
They did lose. You know why they lost? It's because now they have to deal with another 10 to 15 years of another great quarterback in Green Bay. And then on top of losing last week after they hyped themselves up and convinced themselves that they can go into Lambeau and beat the Green Bay Packers, they had to watch their team lose to the Packers and then watch the same Packers that they cheered for the Cowboys to beat the Packers destroy the Dallas Cowboys, and Jordan Love lead the team to be that successful. There is so much fun that I get from watching that. And then you put the cherry on top with watching Dallas Cowboys fans leave during the third quarter. Like, this was
Jerry
a
World
beautiful,
holds
beautiful
80,000, and let's just say there's probably 30 left.
You know what you heard yesterday? Go, Pack, go, go. That well, I knew if I heard that, it was a beautiful day. It was such a beautiful day.
You know that there are like movies or cartoons where you're like in a nightmare and you're trying to wake yourself up, and they're like, oh my goodness, thank goodness I woke up, and you wake up into another nightmare. That's exactly what the Bears fans experienced, right? Mm-hmm. Culminating in the Aaron Rodgers I own you. Every Bear fan thought, oh, he's out of town, thank goodness, the nightmare is over. Well, welcome to a brand new nightmare, because Jordan Love is looking like he is a full-on elite Green Bay quarterback once again.
I just want it to be known, especially with our 100.5 ESPN audience, who have Rutledge and Hamilton coming up from 4 to 6. Hearing Sylvie from ESPN 1000, when Jim Rutledge says he isn't affected by Jordan Love, just know that what you listen to from Sylvie is exactly how Rutledge is feeling.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
844-770-3776. That is our ESPN Madison talk and text line. Coming up next, Jason Wilde joins us. Don't go anywhere.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. The Wisconsin men's basketball team remains the only undefeated Big Ten team in conference play following a win over Northwestern at the Kohl Center on Saturday. Here's head coach Greg Gard after the game.
Proud of our guys. I thought physically Northwestern played exactly how we thought they would. Extremely physical, really coming at us in the post traps and aggressive in the ball screens, and we didn't respond to it early. That once we turned that around, we were much better.
The Badgers, now 5-0 in Big Ten play, return to conference action as they head to Penn State this Tuesday.
Badger Minutes on ESPN Wisconsin are brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule an appointment online today at PellaWI.com.
January means it's playoff time for football, where the best teams are doing their best to win. And Metro Florida Madison wants to help you win this month with great offers like 0% APR financing for 72 months on a 2023 Ford F-150. To really push this deal over the goal line, Metro Florida Madison will include a tonneau cover, bed liner, and mud flaps. A $1,430 value for free. Don't miss out on this great offer and more at Metro Ford of Madison.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
I am the fittest, healthiest, and lightest I've been in years thanks to the team at Carbon World Health. Jim Rutledge here, and I've been working with Dr. Nestor Rodriguez and his training staff for years now, and I've seen my fitness and strength increase steadily. Now I'm seeing weight loss like I've never expected thanks to semaglutide. I'm dropping fat, not muscle, with this game-changing, FDA-approved weight loss treatment. Go to carbonworldhealth.com today to learn more.
At Starion Bank, they pride themselves on being a super community bank. Small enough to show they care about you and the communities they serve, while being large enough to make big things happen. With 3 Madison area branches in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona, Starion Bank is here investing in your community while offering valuable personal and business banking services. Start your experience with Starion Bank today by going to starionbank.com. Member FDIC.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Tell me now, do you want it? 'Cause these dancing feet don't cry to the rhythm they cry for you. And every Saturday night that you ain't keep my tears blue. And these blinding lights, they shine so bright like we're on the moon. And I don't wanna dance another beat, no, unless it's with you.
Joining us now on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on this Victory Monday is Jason Wilde. You can hear him on Wilde and Tausch from 9 to noon across ESPN Wisconsin. Catch him wherever you get your podcast. Catch him on YouTube, and make sure you stay tuned because you never know what's going to happen on a Friday with headlines. It is Jason Wilde joining Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. What's up, Jason?
Hi, guys. How are you?
We're doing well. Jason, here's where I want to start because I was in Vegas, and I watched some really bad interceptions. And throughout the season we've had you on, and when there's ups, you always warn there could be downs. And when there's downs, you say there could definitely be some ups. We've seen a lot of ups from Jordan Love. Is this can you believe this is the same guy from October?
No, I can't, frankly. It's pretty amazing. And there's very few guys that I can think of that have improved to the level that he has. It's really been impressive. I just, I think it's a confluence of a bunch of things. Primarily, he deserves the credit, right? He's the one who has made all those improvements, which is awesome. But I think Matt LaFleur has done a better job calling plays and giving him responsibility and trusting him. I think the guys around him have been in the right place, where they're supposed to be, when they're supposed to be there. I think the running game with Aaron Jones' emergence over the last 4 games, although that's only about half of what Jordan has done on this 9-game stretch, has certainly helped them. I think Tom Clements has been a fantastic coach for him, and I'm going to talk to Matt LaFleur about him later in the week, hopefully, about just how here they hired this guy basically at Aaron Rodgers' behest, and he's been transformative for him. So I just think there's so many good things that are happening, but the primary one is Jordan Love's been awesome, and it's been really fun to watch. And he was not awesome in October. He appeared to be regressing, and now things have all kind of come together, and it's hard to bet against him at this point.
Jason, what was your first year covering the Packers, real quick?
1996, real quick. Yeah.
1996. That was quick. Considering that entire span, is this the most improbable season you've ever covered? Or improbable team to have this kind of success?
Probably. I mean, they're rebuilding. I hate the fact that there's folks that don't want to call it a rebuild. When you trade a Hall of Fame quarterback and you have this many young players on your roster, you are rebuilding. That doesn't mean you're tanking. I feel like people confuse rebuilding with tanking, and they both are viewed as dirty words. And when your leading receiver is a rookie, right? Your 3 tight ends are rookies. Your other wide receivers are first or second year guys. Both of your outside tackles, your left tackle and your right tackle, are second year players. You look at their defense now, and there's a bunch of young guys playing there. I mean, how many games did they play with Corey Ballantyne and Carrington Valentine as their 2 corners while Jair Alexander was out? I mean, they have been reliant on these young guys to such a degree. You can't claim that they were just reloading or retooling or whatever you want to call it. And that's what makes it so impressive that they've been as good as they have been. So they have been how do you bet against them at this point, right? And I don't mean literally bet against them, because I'm sure that that's more Ben's area of expertise than mine. But the bottom line is, the way they're playing, it would appear there's nothing they can't do. Now, do I expect them to go into San Francisco or Santa Clara and win? I don't, but I certainly didn't see 27-0 and 48-16 happening yesterday, and both of those things happened.
Talking with Jason Wilde here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
What is Kyle doing over there? What is that?
Oh no,
he likes what you're preaching.
Yeah, exactly.
Tasty,
You ain't been to a black church, Jason. When somebody say something like Ben say you preaching,
give me more.
Say it. Say it.
Give me
What
more.
you doing?
I have been to a black church.
Have you ever been called a preacher?
No, but I in classic white guy fashion, I have a black friend who took me to a black church once, and it was an unbelievably fun experience, but I didn't get any personal so I guess I didn't know. I heard a lot of hallelujahs and a lot of amens and a lot of clapping. Oh, that's
all
kind
right.
of
Next
stuff,
time
but-
you speak, we'll make sure Kyle gives you some more verbal
I'm sorry, I
affirmation,
would say
not just
amen.
mms. Not like he's gonna snack on you. As Jason Wilde joins us here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. And I actually, again, I was over here too because I was thinking no D-Bach. Aaron Jones last 4 games over 100 yards, but we haven't had Aaron Jones over the course of this year. He's been hurt, MCL, hamstring. So powerful stuff from Jason. Go ahead, Kyle.
It was powerful stuff from Jason, just like the Green Bay Packers. And Jason, are you convinced this football team we're seeing right now with the Green Bay Packers, the team that has won 8 of their last 11 games, this is the real Packers team moving forward?
Look, I don't think they're without flaws, right? And the reality, poor Strofe, who continues to bring up my negativity to him in that trailer at Summerfest when we were doing the show on July 7th.
Broke his soul.
I mean, I just, there was nobody saying when I was saying that. But when you look at how far they've come in that time, like one of the things that was part of my argument back then was they're relying on a bunch of young tight ends, and tight end is we heard Chewy talk about it, we heard Matt LaFleur talk about it. Tight end's a really hard position to be good at when you're just starting out, and as it's turned out, not only was Luke Musgrave a stud, and we saw him, get back in the swing of things last week and then have the big touchdown yesterday, but Tucker Kraft has turned out to be a really, really good player who, oh, by the way, had been playing at South Dakota State. Apparently he turned down
than Jay Sternberger,
NIL
am I
money.
right?
Yeah, he turned down NIL money to go to Alabama, right? Alabama wanted him reportedly. So he obviously had talent and was better than playing in South Dakota, but he grew up there. But, he has been a revelation in the last 8 games. Like, after Musgrave got hurt, he's been fantastic. I didn't see that coming. And so, I thought Jaden Reed, I remembered what he did against the Badgers, so I thought, okay, this guy could be an intriguing player. I was curious what Dontavion Wicks would be because he'd actually had a really good junior year at Virginia, and then his senior year they had a new coaching staff, and then they had the tragedy with the shooting on campus in November of 2022 when he lost 3 of his teammates. I just think he has turned out to be a really good player. And oh, by the way, what was impressive yesterday is Jaden Reed doesn't have a catch. Watson has 1 catch. Wicks only had 2 catches. One of them was the touchdown, though. But suddenly Romeo Dobbs, who sometimes felt like he was the forgotten man, had 151 yards. It's just they may not have
Maybe
a clear-cut number
as a
one.
Packer. I'm not over-exaggerating.
It is. No, it definitely is. It definitely is. Like he was, he had a touchdown late. He was a field-tilting player for them yesterday. So my point is that, there are a lot of things that have happened and a lot of guys who have emerged that maybe we weren't seeing that in July. And the question now is, can they up their game even further against a team that is not perfect? I do not think the 49ers are perfect, but this is the class of the conference. This is the number 1 seed for a reason. And they had a rough patch in the middle of the year, but they are out of that now. And I'm really eager to see how this team ends up matching up against them.
Jason, quickly before we let you go.
Stealing a page out of the Wilde and Tausch playbook.
Of course. That's where I cut my teeth a little bit. I was so curious to see how Jair would respond to the suspension and the aftermath, and he made a huge play yesterday. Is Jair a changed man?
I don't know. I wasn't in Dallas to talk to him yesterday. We'll see if he is available Wednesday or Thursday when we're in there. I would love to. I want to have a real conversation with him. I would love to get a better feel for kind of where he was at mentally, because he did kind of indicate that, and we've talked about this before, that maybe he could have played with that shoulder injury. He would have not been as effective, but, the guy missed 10 games this year, 3 for his back, 6 for his shoulder, and 1 for a suspension. I need to see more before I'm saying anyone is a changed man, even you, Nortman. So I'm not ready to say that about him, but I think certainly that was a really important game for him, and I think it changes how we feel about him and how we're looking at him, but he's got to keep it up.
Yeah, Jason, we appreciate the time, and we look forward to talking to you on Thursday. And hallelujah, Jason Wilde joined us here on KBN today. Jason, we'll talk to you on Thursday.
Praise the Lord, my brothers. Take care. Be good.
Amen.
It's changing. I love it. Jason Wilde here on Wilde and Tausch every weekday, Monday through Friday from 9 to noon across ESPN Wisconsin. Strofe stopped counting in my ear, so I have a feeling I have to get out. Rutledge and Hamilton up next on ESPN Madison. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman continue on YouTube and on 94.5 ESPN.
Free Food Friday on ESPN Madison is brought to you by Vintage Brewing Company. Whether you are looking to get carry-out, delivery, or dine-in, Vintage Brewing has lots of great options on their menu. Vintage Brewing Company prides themselves